A dreamer at the spinning fire, the NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer, from your meme coins to tokens. He's got all the intel. Web3 is a tree to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from
Good morning, guys. Mega GM. Welcome to the Swarm Report. Yo, I don't know what today's stream is going to be. I don't know. Not that we don't have plenty to talk about. But can we be honest? Virtuals is kind of not virtual. Okay, not virtuals. Virtuals is great. Maybe the upcoming launches, other than the couple that we've been talking about here, it's kind of ass right now. Yeah, no, not VPay, not VPay. No. I love VPay. No, okay, virtual. I mean, we're just like in the little, down period. Like I said yesterday, we got season 3 coming this way. I'm sure of that. But, slow in the virtuals ecosystem, mostly talking about Genesis launches. There's still some prototype stuff I think is interesting. But, we've been talking a lot that the best opportunities in virtuals right now is looking for the established agents, the guys who have already been out here and building and they have a product or are capable of delivering that product. And, man, when we've seen some of the market caps, like some good quality projects, agents, whatever have hit, and you think that there's stuff sitting out there that's probably a few mil, and there's probably things sitting out there that's under $1 million market cap, even just a couple 100,000. That's the stuff I'm looking forward to, man. That's the stuff I'm searching for. So like this morning, I do a little digging and I'm like, what are those agents? What are the agents that are going to be the next Mammo or Mammo or Banker or right? Something like that, you wake up to news, Coinbase type news, some type of base app integration. We're going to see a lot of that. I think we saw a little something from Neurobro. We're going to see a lot of it. But, I was doing some digging and something just hit me. It just hit me so freaking hard of I think the most obvious play out there, the most obvious agent. I'm not even going to say it yet. Some of you probably already know. I'm not going to say it yet because I want to get to that here after we just touch on the market. But there's, I think, the most obvious play out there. An agent that's been around for a while that we've had on the show that I've already told you is my favorite agent out there. But after seeing what some other agents have done and seeing the blueprint that this agent has or that it can follow, and I think it's already on that path. I'm sorry. I just think I see some of the maybe easiest plays out there, and it happens to be from something, like I said, that I love. So we're going to do, I don't know, it's going to be a stream of consciousness today. Very, very much like my whole morning so far of just sitting here and like being rocked by this realization and then buying some more of this token. And again, it just hit me what this agent probably is gonna play out like. What's the story with VPay, by the way? Why not VPay? Who I like. I think they had a tweet this morning. They're getting ready to, I don't know if it's launch cards. I saw their tweet. We should probably pull that up here. Let's do some quick GMs here. Cats, of course. Good morning, buddy. Patrick, good morning. Mufasa, good morning. And Luna, again, thank you for the retweet, man. Good morning. All right, hit the like on the show. Oh, VPay pumped. Good. Okay, cool. I can't remember if I have VPay. I think we bought on the show, I think. We should definitely peek at them. In fact, we will. Anyway, hit the like on the show. We're live on Abstract X Kick. Maybe not Kick this morning. No Kick this morning. And YouTube, come over to YouTube, though. Subscribe over here. Catch the replays of the show. Catch up on all these awesome interviews we've had lately with some awesome founders. Maybe that's the part that's like a little less fun. There's, only a couple great launches, so there's less people to talk about. We do got to go back and talk to, the founders who have been around and, get some return visitors, I got you, man. Follow me on X, Hudah_idiot. And most importantly, follow the Swarm_AI. Quick news update, whatever, but I guess the base blockchain stopped producing blocks. That was hours ago. That was overnight, Wizard of Soho had a great tweet saying Base is trying so hard to copy Solana. You know, Base has had outages before. I'm waiting for a virtuals update. I want to see if that impacted ACP, right? And you know, if we have a blockchain outage, what happens to like transactions that are in the middle of being processed, right? I'm just curious if there's any impact. There might not be anything. We might not hear from them, but I am curious. All right, let's take a look at the market here. God, I can't wait to just talk about these agents, man. But market first. AI market cap 10.5 bill. Not bad. Not bad. We had a decent little crypto recovery. I'm looking down at my miner to see Bitcoin price 114. All right, not bad. Up just over 3% here in the past 24 hours. And then your top agents by market cap. I'm telling you, I'm not as prepped as normal because I was just it's not even degenning that I was doing. I just was like it was like research all morning long, just digging into like trying to make sense of like why I was feeling so strongly about this agent. Anyway, Fartcoin, your top agent by market cap, Rect, Turbo, Toshi, and Ket, very much the same as yesterday, it looks like. On the infrastructure side, it's FET, Virtual, DCAI, IOTX, and REI. Watching for virtuals to pop back above a Billy here. It's coming. I'm sure it's coming. Do I need to say not financial advice anymore? I think we're past that. But just, so we're clear, not financial advice. And then on the DeFi side, it's Ask Venice, BankerBot. We'll mention him again here in a minute. Olas Griffin and Cortex. There we go. And then Mindshare. Put them all together. Who are people talking about? TheorIQ, Rect, Banker, Infinite, and Fartcoin. 2 of the top 5 here. I'm just making sure I'm sorted right, but 2 of the top 5 don't even have, actually 3 of the top 6 don't even have their token live yet. They just have Mindshare campaigns. So here's the deal. Again, it's not going to be financial advice, but I'm telling you, man, it's a buy. The token I'm talking about is a buy. It's so obvious. And when I mean it's a buy, what I was doing this morning is seeing how I can free up as much money as possible. I'm talking like, do I have something I can sell for like $5,000 and just chuck it all into this thing? It's just so obvious. And I don't. I do have a GVC listed, and if I can sell it, I'm putting it all. I'm just peeking if it's sold. I'm putting it all in this agent. Sucks. I don't want to talk about it now because I don't want it to be any more, but I think it's got great potential. So whatever, not worried. And whatever. Anyway, let's look at points here. Points went out this morning. And the points in circulation on virtuals continues to creep up here. Although actually just went down since the refresh. So there are some agents that are live now. People are spending points and some expiring, I'm assuming here. But right at 6 bill. I wish we could see historical because I think we're at an all-time high still here, basically, for points in circulation. What are you going to spend them on? What are you going to spend them on, man? There's, a couple agents. There's still 2 this week that are awesome. Like, awesome. Well, we will talk about those. I'm going to save a majority of the time for these other few agents that I think are just awesome opportunities. Your top gainers here. What is that, 1,000x? Am I missing his year? Yeah, 1,000x. 2x there, nice. GEAI, Leo, DGenAI, and VPay. Hell yeah, dude. I want them back on. I love those guys. And yeah, I want them back on because look, we had fuck, I forget his name. Crypto Dude, he's an advisor. He's actually the founder of Whale Intel. He came on for VPay. Their founder couldn't make it on that morning. Had like a family emergency, couldn't make it on. It was it was a bummer. A personal, the personal situation, and really wanted to chat with him. We should get them back on, and we should launch a Swarm debit card, whatever, through VPay. That'd be sweet. And your top losers, eMate. That one's interesting. Sploot, BIOS, AI Berkshire, and then Trippy. Okay, then over to virtuals. By the way, you have about 24 hours to get your vote in for this week as far as who's getting the 10% daily active bonus point. Not daily active bonus point. The 10% of points every day, But Realismate, I hate that name, completed yesterday. How's it looking? Man, I've been looking through these. I mean, it's nothing cooking really. 300K market cap there. It's actually decent, all things considered here. Right now, MedAI, Wouldn't touch it, guys. I wouldn't touch it. I think you should not touch that one. So that's not going to complete. And then as far as what's coming up, dude, it is just so quiet. In fact, the next two launches are the two best launches we've seen in this week for sure. Are they going to be two of the best launches we've seen like this summer, maybe? Do we like the Virtuals team putting money into these tokens? Damn, dude, I need a Banker Club NFT. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather they keep look, if I don't know, whatever. They can do what they want. I don't think I have a problem with it, but I don't like something about it I don't love. Anyway, couple great launches. We got Ring Fence coming up in 2 days. Stay tuned for some more details about that. And then Aristotle. Really like that one, guys. I really like that one. You know what do I have? 152,000 points. I don't want to set myself back to zero because it took me a month to get back. And I'm always expecting that, like, I don't know, when it feels dead is when Virtuals fires one of their bullets. You know, they have stuff coming and they wait for like the right time to drop it. I don't want to be pointless if something cool drops. And I do think there's some cool stuff coming. Right. I still think that Grover account has got something cool that it's going to be doing. But point there is I'm going to put a lot of points to these two. I'm going to go buy some virtual, but I can't go all in. I don't want to put myself in that spot again. And they're the only two drops worth anything right now. So everybody's going to put points in. So I don't think you're going to get a ton of token. But I like that. I like this one a lot. Fact checking agent goes and it scours even video and transcribes it and then it fact checks it. I love it. And the fact that it can pay you for fact checking too, I love that one. I think that one's awesome. Okay. So that's that. That's all we have going on in virtuals right now. And it's what got me into starting to, look at, well, what's the next banker and what's the next Mammo. Oh, dude, thank you, Cats. Let me put Sage on the radar. Hang on. Yeah, we got an announcement yesterday of this agent called Sage. It's going to be the head of the education cluster in ACP. This might take too long to find here. Yeah, just to keep this tidy and keep us going with virtual stuff. There we go. Yeah, this is definitely something to keep on the radar. Like Kat said, it's not on the board yet, but when this one drops, we'll cook. And I think, it'll have like similar, actually, I think this will do really well. Maybe similar action to like even a, I'm trying to think, Solace? Maybe if the market will give us that right now. But I actually think this can maintain like a much higher market cap. Education and AI, I think, makes so much sense together. It's not just like a little fad, right? Like if I'm betting on clusters, well, geez, I don't know. A few of these will do well. Like a hedge fund, DeFi cluster makes sense as like a core product that will do really well. So does NSFW. So does education. I love it. I had told the team too when we knew there was going to be an education cluster. Do you guys remember like 2 months ago a document leaked of all the clusters, and that's where we learned about an NSFW cluster? I saw the education one. I'm like, dude, can you guys? Because we talked to Animoca, right? I'm like, we should put this on Animoca's radar, just see if that's something they're interested in, like building out an agent in here. And I don't know what happened there. I'm not saying I wouldn't assume they're building anything, but I see them right in here. They've got their EDU chain, right? Maybe they want to keep it in-house, but I could see Animoca doing something here. We're getting there, Cliff. Just another minute. I can't wait. Well, yeah. Well, hey. Oh, well, okay. Good to see you, man. Dude, the wellness cluster, I'm telling you, dude. I was chatting with CryptoSage saying, like, and I've been buying more, by the way. It's a prototype agent. I've been buying more because I'm like, dude, when the wellness cluster is like officially announced in live, if the Dr. Emma Sage thing isn't like completely bonded by then, it's gonna then. I'm pretty bullish on it. Okay, so there we go. There's another one I'm bullish on. In fact, let's peek. I know it's down, but I think we should peek. Prototype agents. Dr. Emma Sage, 55K. I like it there. I was buying it 70, 80, 100. I like it there. And I think when the wellness cluster is announced, like officially announced, and Solace will be in it too, I'm pretty damn sure about that. I think Dr. MSH rips. If it's not completed by then, it will at that point. I really think so. All right. So then, okay. So the Genesis launches aren't getting us these big wins, right? Oh, shit. I didn't retweet the show. Hang on, guys. Here, I'll set it up with this. This is what really started getting me thinking, right? I keep seeing these tweets about Mammo, and I'm hearing people talk about Banker, and then I see Neurobros getting, on the base app. Everything I think will be on the base app too. Just like this week, Base is going to list, the Base app is going to have every Base token tradable. So every AI agent token you'll be able to trade here in the Base app. And again, I think that's this week, which is awesome, man. Like, awesome. This opens us up to like tens of millions of people. It opens us up to everybody. Okay, I'm going to drop the show in the chat. Please don't share it because I don't want anybody to buy more of this coin. It's not cheap, by the way. It's already got a decent market cap. But throw a like on that one. But don't share it. I don't want anybody else buying, just us. And I'm saying that like I'm being a smartass. I don't care. Anyway, but Banker's cooking here. 81 mil market cap, right? 81 mil market cap in a market right now that isn't even close to like that euphoria, not even close to the fever pitch we felt earlier in the year. And like late last year, like, when the GOAT stuff was happening, right? Like different time. We're not there now. And I'm like, dude, we're not there now. And a coin like this is sitting at 81 mil. When we're there, a coin like this is at a quarter bill or 300 mil or 500 mil. That's what happens when we get into like the really crazy part of the market, when we start getting euphoria. Something like that is not sitting at this kind of market cap, right? So now that's where my headspace is at. Well, this one's going to be a quarter mil. And I'm like, okay, Mammo, maybe going to be the same, right? Where's Mammo? I'm like, Mammo's probably going to be the same. They've got that, base connection. And this is the thought. This is what got me on that path, right? I'm like, how the fuck did Mammo get connected to base? Because remember, they didn't launch this on virtuals. We knew it was going to be in the hedge fund cluster, but it never launched on virtuals. I'm like, where did the token come from? It caught me off guard completely. And so I'm like, okay, Banker's got a Coinbase Ventures investment, and Mammo does too. And I'm like, who else are they invested in? Because again, I see Mammo here at 55 mil. I think FDV is at 160 mil. And again, this time in the market ain't euphoria. It's not. We're going to get there. So Mammo at that point is what? 200 mil, 250, same as Banker, right? Same kind of projections if they can keep, doing their thing. So then what's the next agent? Who else is Coinbase Ventures invested in the AI sector here? Right? So I start doing my digging. What's up, Blue Dex? Yeah, digging into their backstory. And I remember we looked at it. There were so many other things going on behind the scenes that, yes, it was going to be in the ACP, but we didn't get access to it, right? We didn't get to buy it like we did other Genesis launches. So I'm like, okay, were there any Genesis launches we actually got to, participate in, get some exposure to? Like, what's so under the radar here? Okay, so then as I'm doing my digging and I'm starting to look for other AI tokens that Coinbase Ventures invests in, and there's multiple. So I'm looking at that at the same time I see Sammy's update this morning, right? And I see him tweeting about BankerBot, and I see Brian Armstrong. I don't know if he touched on these agent tokens or these tokens, or if that's Sammy just kind of putting stuff in his tweet here, but there's Banker. And then these two. I see these two mentioned here at the same time that I was using Grok and doing some research, and it had mentioned this right here. And I think they're part of the same kind of project ecosystem, this MoMA and Giza or whatever. So I start looking into that, and I'm like, okay, again, Coinbase Ventures, and what's our market cap? How's that one? How's that one looking? Right? And that one's sitting at that Giza one, 25 mil market cap, 187 mil FDV. So again, I'm like, who else is Coinbase Ventures invested in where I think we can get this kind of action? And I think way, way more when we get euphoric, right? And I just got to think back to last week. For the agent that's exactly that checks all those boxes. and is in like a specific market sector, whatever, that's already $100 billion market. So obvious, dude. It's so obvious which one is so undervalued. And actually, I tweeted this morning, it's not undervalued, but it has like it's got so much potential. It's right there. It's right in front of our faces. It's Billy Betts, dude. They've got an investment by Coinbase Ventures, which makes me start thinking, well, just like Coinbase or the Base app or whatever has tweeted about Mammo, right? Just like there's now that integration there, and I think there's some level of support. I'm like, do I expect that Billy gets the same thing? I'm not going to expect it, but I think that probably happens. And when I look at this thing sitting at, this morning was like 6.2 or whatever, but under a 7 mil FDV, under a 10 mil FDV, under a 15, 20 mil FDV, I'm still looking at that like, yeah, pretty damn spicy to me. Where's Mammo? Hang on. Pretty freaking spicy to me when I see these other, and not everything's equal. I get it. So maybe I do think Billy's a little undervalued just from that alone. But again, we're talking then potential when the market gets silly. And with Billy Betts, an agent that helps you bet on sports. Well, what about when the NFL season starts heating up? There's so many like little catalysts there, project update. There's so many things that got me thinking about Billy Betts being just this the most obvious play. A 2X, a 3X, whatever. It doesn't matter what that number is. I see nothing but upside here, like in the short term. But then I can start thinking about silly stuff, right? I can start thinking about, well, what if it gets to like Mammo or like Banker, and that's 80 million. I'm like, that's over a 10X. That's a 10X in this thing right now that I think has got a really easy path to do that. The sports betting or the betting ACP cluster is going to go live too. It's got all these catalysts to do that. And then I'm kind of hoping, I don't want to say expecting, but hoping that we get the base app promotion of Billy Betts. We know it's going to have the Cabal, the ETH Cabal guys promoting it, right? CEO of Decrypt's invested in it. Farouk is invested in it. I'll pull up that list of investors because there's some Ejaz, right, from the Bankless show invested in it. It's got some like very, very serious investors in Billy Betts. 6 mil market cap doesn't make sense. I mean, it does. I actually think what I'll say is, like, again, I don't think it's undervalued. I think it's fairly valued. Whereas a lot of these other things have some speculative value like baked in. I don't think Billy Betts has a lot of that. I think Billy Betts is like pretty fairly valued right now based on what it is, the market it's in, what its roadmap in. I think like pretty fair valuation. I don't think people have gone crazy speculating here yet. And when that happens, that's what I think pushes it up to 30 mil, guys, is a 5X from here. And I hate to, focus on like token price, but no, I actually like it. It's it's fine. I like it. I bought more this morning. I'm trying to think like $1,000 worth. And I want more. Yeah, I wondered, Cats. ACP is going to be cool, but people can go use Billy Betts and just do their trades there. ACP makes it where you can do one-off trades and you don't have to hold a minimum balance. I don't know. Dude, great builder, is connected to everybody. Bunchu goes on the Coffee with Captain show every Thursday. So, like, I don't think the Cabal is a bad thing at all, but man, is this guy connected. You know what I mean? Like, Bunchu's connected to all the people you need, and he's got the investors now. Coinbase Ventures, Ejaz. Do I say his name right? I don't even know if I do. Farouk. He's going to get press and he's going to get that publicity, and I bet you we get the base promotion too. I just start doing this. Maybe it's fantasy, right? But when I told you this morning, I went in this like weird like flow state and just thinking and playing out these scenarios. It's really easy for me to see Billy Betts at 25, at 30. It's also really easy for me to see it at like 60 mil, which is at 10X. It's really easy for me to see that. I don't think that's crazy to see this at 60. But I'm telling you, dude, if Mammo and Banker and all these, I actually see at like 200, 250, 300. Do I think Billy Betts can do that too? Yeah, no, I really do. that starts sounding crazy when we're saying the opportunity here is from 6 mil up to 200 mil or 250, but I see it. I don't think that's a crazy thing to picture. Again, when I do the crazy price predictions, it's like the euphoric part of the market. It's not hard to picture this living there like at that time. That's true too. That's true too, as far as like different product market fit for some of these other agents like Bookie. But it's also like, even for Swarm, you can get the token reports in the ACP. So you can get it through the cluster, and through Butler, but you're also going to be able to get it other places. You won't need it. It's like Butler's going to be a nice to have. And I think that's just a whole other way to attract new users to these AI agents here. But dude, my spidey sense, it's not even just tingling. Like I just want to like jump out of my skin, and like I'm trying to get people to FOMO either, but I'm trying to get as much money as I can to put in here. It's good too, because it helps me think of my other positions and like just think of it smart. And some of them I'm like, dude, I could sell that right now and put it in Billy Bets, but I'm like, no, it's smart. It's smart to like be a little diversified. I think this thing plays out really well too. Either way, if it does more in Billy Bets or this other thing, whatever. It's probably smart to be diversified. I shouldn't go all in here, but I just see such a screaming deal right here. Even to get back to its all-time high, you're looking at, up 50%. Maybe not quite that, but you've got you've got nothing but upside here, I think, in the short term. I mean, hang on, let's even look at that chart. Remember, this just migrated to base last week. And this is basically the market kind of taking this downturn this week since Friday. I think it's going to live up here. Actually, I don't think it's going to live up here for long, though. I think it's going to live at like 15, 20. I don't know. Some other market caps make a lot more sense to me. So I hate to even give numbers and say it belongs here, it will hit this. Who knows? But what I know is 6, 7, even 10 mil doesn't make a lot of sense for something like this. So yeah, I more research into other like products to even compare it to. And that's how I can start getting to some silly market caps. I can compare it to other AI tokens that Coinbase Ventures has invested in. That's a little, I can just use that to comp a little bit. But I'm going to look at other, sports betting platforms. So we've got things like, hang on, let me make sure I'm on my right shit here. DraftKings. DraftKings is, I think this is their stock. I don't have it on screen here, but 15 to 20 billion is their market cap. Again, we're not comparing here. In fact, I think something like Billy Bets gets bought out by DraftKings. That's actually what I think is going to happen, or it's something that could happen. A bunch who even talked about that. That is something that they are open to, like is being bought out down the road. I could see DraftKings buying them out, or Barstool Sports buying them out, or anybody. Flutter Entertainment, this is the parent of FanDuel, who could buy them out too. 35 to 40 bill market cap. Let's start getting to stuff that's a little more comparable here. Let's see. Rollbit, crypto casino with sports betting, 500 to 600 mil market cap. So now we're getting into tokens, right? 500 to 600 mil market cap. Fun. It's a decentralized casino betting platform, 200 to 300 mil market cap. There's blockchain bets. And this is where we start getting more realistic talk. Okay, blockchain bets. I don't think I've heard of it. If I have, it hasn't stuck with me. 20 to 30 mil market cap is like kind of where it lives between. Desu, Web3 Sportsbook. It's on Avalanche and Base. Token for bet staking, no KYC, 10 to 20 mil. Again, doesn't matter where I look. Billy's the cheapest thing out of every single thing I've compared it to, and it's not even close. Billy's like 3 times lower than the next closest comparable thing. But Billy's got the Coinbase Ventures investment, and it's got the Cabal connections, and then those other great investors. So it turns out this is the Billy Bet show now going forward, and I'm just going to shill this thing. But like I've said, like, it's my favorite agent outside of ours. This is my favorite agent in the ecosystem. I think it's got the best product market fit, not in our bubble, but like, out in the real world. This thing has just got how many tens or hundreds of millions of potential token holders, platform users, whatever. It's crazy. It's a good question, Cass. We'll ask him. In fact, maybe we can get Bunchy on here soon. Again, that would be cool. But right, they did add some more supply, like a lot more, 500 mil. Like they 50% increase to their supply. Keep that in mind. That's going to be like rewards for the community and stuff like that. It's a lot more token. I think it shows you like how they're, maybe that their plans to scale. The other thing that kind of can offset that, Cats, and we'll see again, that's a lot of token to add. By the way, you can get it on virtuals. I'm glad you pointed that out too, man. But that's a big chunk of tokens. I hope they're locked up too, and they don't hit them. Hang on, I'm just gonna ask him. Fuck it. I'll ask him on the. I'll ask him after, and I'll definitely update you guys here. I'm gonna pull up the terminal too. I like their pricing too. By the way, their pricing is awesome. Okay, check this. Last I saw, you only hold 10,000 Billy to get access to the terminal. And it might even be open to everybody. I'm not sure, but 10,000 is the last number I saw for getting the advanced stuff. And I love this. Make it affordable. As it grows and as token price goes up, tweak it from there, man. Lower it if it makes sense. Raise it if it makes sense. If you want it, if it's so much more exclusive because it's so good and it's making people money, jack that price up. Yeah, I like it. So, I mean, but I like having it in that sweet spot where everybody can afford that. I think at 10,000 tokens, $47, $50. I think that's awesome. Yeah, this is what I didn't want to happen. And that's not, the show. I don't have that kind of motion here, but like, it's me buying probably back here. I just think it's such an obvious play. I'm going to be buying, if this is sitting at 8 mil later today and I sell that Good Vibe Club NFT, I'm buying it right there. Anywhere under 10 mil, I think I'm buying. And even there, I'm probably buying because I think it's got just so like, if we get up to here, I mean, that is about 10 mil. I start thinking, okay, does it pull back? Can I get a cheaper entry? But if I'm going to be in this long term, I don't care much. I still think from 10 mil, I've got a 2-3x. I think I probably still have maybe a 10x from there. I think there's maybe more. Whole lot of maybes and what ifs. That's crypto, right? But if we're talking product and product market fit and guys who are building and guys who are capable and connected, and it's got everything. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to be down here. We know why it was, though. It lived on Solana. It wasn't in the conversation, but it's gonna be big time. I do want to talk about still like do I want to get into the investors? Or are we good? Like I think it's a pretty obvious like case here. Again, Coinbase Ventures. What is CMS Holdings? That I don't know. And then the CEO, both the CEO and the president of Decrypt. You know what that means too, though? Again, it's like they'll get coverage. When they have updates, it's going to be on Decrypt. It is. It's just how it works. And Farouk will tweet about it, right? These guys are going to talk about this thing. And then selfishly, man, I'll tell you this, selfishly, Caspa, I don't remember. It's another one of those things. Sounds familiar. I don't remember. Okay, hang on. What was it? Oh, hang on. I'm just reading a comment here about Billy Betts. Somebody's saying, I think they have a big hyper liquid kind of campaign lined up with Billy to be earned. Hyper liquidish campaign. Huh. It's so different than just normal yapping. I think there's something else, like a different way to earn. Hang on. Sorry, I don't mean to be just doing this live, but yeah, some of those rewards I think are coming soon-ish, but via like a different kind of like mind share campaign. I don't know. It's all stuff we need to hear more from Bunchu about. We've had him on the show once or maybe twice. We'll get him back. God, I love it. I love it. I need more. I need more. I want to make this one of my biggest conviction plays. Oh, and then selfishly, dude, I'm just itching for something that I love again. That's part of like what I was sitting in, just kind of in my thoughts this morning. I'm like, it's just not fun right now. Just being honest, it's not that fun. But what I realized is, man, I don't think it's that it's not fun. I think it's matured in crypto in a big ways, like grown outside of this, whatever it is we've been doing the past few years. Like, how cool is it that if I want to get back into sports, which I do, this is giving me a good reason to get back into sports, and I've never bet on sports before. I want to now. But like, how cool is it that I can go find my hobby out in the real world, and it turns out now there's crypto products around it. Yeah, I think maybe crypto didn't get less fun. It grew up and moved outside of where I was at. And now the cutting edge of crypto isn't here in the trenches trading. It's out there like in the real world with actual crypto products. Because I'm excited as hell to use the product and try to, get some sports betting. Like I've never done it. I can't wait. That's exciting. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. It'd be cool to make some content around it too. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff with Billy Betts. We'll say that. I feel like there's one more Billy Betts point. To be fair, I went on the site. Let me go on the site real quick. I went on the site. I'm not impressed with the LLM. I think he's got some updates coming. Like when I chat with him, so when I chat with the agent here, it feels like you know what the agents felt like 6 months ago, and they're very chat body. It's got a little personality. It's almost like maybe the bull. I don't know. It's like it's not generic. It's the wrong word. It's got personality, but it's a bot. Like it's just so he still has got that. It feels like he needs like a pretty good upgrade to like his just the training and maybe what version of Eliza he's on. I don't even know. I don't know. But it feels a little last gen as far as chatbot. I hope that gets way better, and I assume it's going to, and I'm pretty sure that's like plans roadmap stuff. That was my biggest knock on it so far. A bunch of you told me they have a whole bunch of updates coming to the site for like the GUI basically or the UX. Big updates coming there, which is awesome. But I found this like okay enough to navigate. I didn't like get lost or have trouble figuring out where to go. I just have to learn sports betting terminology. That's what I got to do. So anyway, that is my big call, big play, big whatever. And I think it's just so obvious. It's Billy Betts. If I'm picking one agent to ride with, again, I always say, because I mean this, our agent's my favorite. Swarm's my favorite agent. I'm so close to it. I love him. But if I'm picking outside of that, what's my favorite agent? For the past few months, it's always been Billy Betts, and even more as of this morning. Just for whatever reason, it just hit me. So Billy Betts, fucking love it. I want more. I want to start using it. Watch out for this one, man. Watch out for this one. I think it's ridiculous, the potential here. Outside of that, there's other things. There's other things in the virtuals ecosystem. Remember, this all stemmed from me saying, what agents are in virtuals right now that are way too undervalued? Axel Rod's one of them too. Axel Rod, I think, I have less conviction about Axel Rod than I do Billy Betts, but this one also makes sense because AI changing DeFi still makes sense to me, and I still think it's going to happen. And I still don't think we've had that moment. I don't think we've had this moment that like changes the game, but the moment's going to be something like, man, someone using this tool made $1 million and it was easy, or 100. It's not going to take much. If somebody makes $50,000 and it was because of Axel Rod and it's something they couldn't really have done on their own, that kind of story is going to get some traction, and that's going to get people chasing these kind of things. And I do expect that to happen. I don't know for sure if it's going to be Axel Rod or if it's going to be maybe the Gigabrain agents, or if it's going to be, I don't know, the Kosher Capital trading agent. I don't know who it's going to be, but one of these things, I think, it might be one that we haven't even talked about yet. Maybe it's the symphonic or symphony, stuff, or hey, I don't know. But one of them is going to change DeFi and like make you a bunch of money and make a non-savvy trader all of a sudden an awesome trader because they don't have to do anything. They give a game plan to an agent, or the agent gives them the plan and they just say, yes, do that. So Axel Rod, because we know they got the backing of virtuals and they're the head of the ACP cluster, the hedge fund trading DAO, at 9 million, I think that's a pretty interesting play. Again, way less conviction about it than Billy Betts, because there's so much unknown here, which is good because then you can speculate on it. But there's just so much unknowns here. I should be getting access to the trading terminal, and I want to actually, just like Billy Betts, I want to get hands-on. Katz actually inspired me here. Katz is using a lot of these products, and I haven't been. And I'm like, dude, I've got to start getting skin in the game and using them, because I do believe the things I'm saying. I think some of these things are going to change DeFi. Well, I don't want to find out from somebody else. I want to find out ahead of time who I think that's going to be. So I need to start using Billy Betts. I need to start using the Axel Rod terminal. So I reached out to them, seeing if I can get access. I think we're on our way there. Dead, Billy Betts is the one. I believe it, dude. I believe it. I believe Billy Betts is the one. And let's even say 3x, which in crypto, we laugh at that. 3x is nothing. It's not even worth our time, but 3x is pretty sweet. I think a 3x. I think a 5x. I think a 10x. And I think it's got more potential than that too, but we'll see. Important to keep in mind what Kat said there too, though. They added supply when they migrated over to, let's look at the contract actually. Back to Billy Betts, I guess. But Axel Rod, another call. We'll do this actually. And by the way, Dead, time frame matters too. I don't think it's an overnight thing, although I think when people get pretty much all the basic stuff I said here, it could be an overnight. It could just take the market, kind of having a decent little rebound here. And I just mean macro, right? Crypto in general for Billy Betts to take off. I think there's gonna be a moment where it just takes off. Mike, good morning, dude. But yeah, for me, Billy Betts is the one. Okay, again, important thing to know, and I want to look at their contract. They added like a ton of supply. Like I think they increased the token supply by like 50%. I think it went from, and I don't know, we'll find out exact numbers, but I think it went from a bill to 1.5 billion tokens, and they did that when they migrated from Solana to Base. So yeah, let me peek. Let's go on Base Scan. That's a big chunk of tokens. I don't know. You guys keep me in check. I don't think I'm alone with how I'm thinking or feeling about Billy Betts, but does it check boxes for you guys too? Does it feel a little different than a lot of other stuff? A little less like speculative, right? $1.5 billion. Okay, so it's already there. It's already there now. You know what makes that interesting then? Are these sites right when they talk market cap and FDV? Right? Like, are those tokens actually like circulating right now? I guess what I'm saying is FDV 7 mil, but like market cap's more like 3 mil? Or is market cap 7 mil and FDV right now it's like 20 mil? You know what I mean? I'm curious about that. Things to keep in mind. Again, I'm trying to not give financial advice because this is not perfect technical advice. I'm just giving the story of it. But this is an important part of the story is the supply, right? Yeah, I'm with you, Blue Ducks. And then that's why I'm curious if this is actually correct. Because they added so much supply. Yeah, but you've seen that, right? Where Dex Screener has it wrong, and so they actually have FDV represented by the market cap instead of the real FDV. So I wonder, yeah, that's what I'm wondering if it's correct here. Oh shit, I didn't know that. Okay, damn, Blue Dex, thank you, man. By the way, I can't look at your name now without thinking King Gizzard, and I'm like wrestling with seeing him tomorrow or not. I think I'm not going to see him, which sucks. I think I'm not going to see him. But damn, I want to so bad. Dude, I see your name. It's the first thing I think of now. It is. Sorry, it should be your agent I think of first, but it's King Gizzard. Hang on. While we're here, why don't we give a little love to Athena? This is BlueDex's agent, who's also an ACP, who's also got great alpha insights, and is one of those main character DFAI agents. What do you guys got cooking? What's next on your guys' roadmap horizon? Yeah. I'm so dumb, guys. Like 6-8 months ago, I was wrong, and I was trying to convince myself and other people that market cap mattered more. Just at a glance, that people would pay attention to market cap was wrong. I was doing that when I was talking about the Magic Eden token. I'm like, fuck FDV. It's market cap people will look at, like short term and when they're trading and whatever. And it's because they have their tokens locked for a year, so I thought that would matter more. I'm wrong. It is FDV. That's what's up. All right, we haven't announced yet, but like there's the little spoiler. We got something cooking in about 2 days. 2 days. And that's all I'm going to say. But we got a special version of the Swarm Report and something else coming in 2 days. And Blue Ducks will be on there, and I can't wait. And others, and it's going to be real spicy. It's going to be real spicy. Very cool. Okay. So kosher capital agents using like Athena Alpha and data. Okay. Oh, so cool, dude. So Blue Decks, what do you think too? So we'll chat with you in 2 days, but well, I'll put it this way: open door whenever to come on the show, right? So for updates, or if you want to come on an episode and do another Athena episode, and we just start talking through the project and what's coming again, always open door. Just so you know. God, yeah. Now the yeah, just stay tuned. There's a cool announcement coming. Cool show coming. Throw out for me, guys, your picks. What other tokens, agents, whatever do you see out there that you think are kind of like check the box, the Axel Rod box, the Billy Betts box, and like let's even go on virtuals. And I'm just gonna go scroll through some agents right now. That's what's up. All right, cool. Can we sort by market cap? I just want to see what agents out there are at market caps that just don't make a ton of sense. Okay, we're sorted right. Again, Mammo's crazy, Rabita crazy. Yeah, XBT Cerebro. Wait. Am I sorted wrong? Wait, what's going on here? Is Cerebro really? This isn't right. What am I looking at here? Oh, Cerebro's the Solana token, but this is the base side of it. Market cap's just way lower. Okay, never mind. I don't mean to confuse anybody with me being lost in something, but Cerebro on base. Okay. Um, Again, what stands out is undervalued. Gigabrain could check that box too, actually. Could. I think properly valued here, but I would definitely keep an eye on Gigabrain. These hyperliquid trading vaults. Need to understand, actually need them on the show too. Moxie's getting interesting at 6.5 mil. They got an update on their NSFW thing. Just so you know, if you do go dig into Moxie, it's very NSFW. Yeah, Steve, I do. I really do. Like, I really believe in virtuals. Right? Like, I think when all is said and done, we think of the biggest products of this cycle as like Pump Fun and Poly Market. And I'm trying to think if there's any other like, big standouts like that. Virtuals could be in that conversation by the end of this. I'm not sure, but they still have that kind of potential. I still think the best. Yeah, it's tricky. Even if we don't see the best, highest, market cap FTV, whatever virtuals ahead of us, I still think they've got a pretty great recovery. And I think they got a lot coming. And yeah, I think virtuals is pretty awesome still. And like, you know what? I staked all my virtual for whatever the max is. I don't remember if that's 2 years or one, but because I believed it then and nothing's changed my mind. Even the pullback here and the slowness, right? The site and launch is slowing down. I believe it just the same. And it's because we work with a team and we've gotten to see them behind the scenes and how they build and how, professional they got it all. So they're easy for me to bet on. Preddy, I think, is really interesting at 5.5 mil. I think that's really interesting. Prediction market a base. If this becomes like the one, it's kind of feeling like it is. Iris also interesting. They're starting to. Iris is an update that they're going to have a like a paid version. You'll get like basic scans free, and then if you want like a deep scan, deep report, it's paid. Won't be surprised if Iris. Yeah, I'm with you there, and I like that, by the way. I'm with you. I think virtuals 3 to 4x, which puts it at what 3-4 mil, or excuse me, 3-4 bill. I see that, and if it becomes the poly market pump fund, whatever, we're talking, maybe 10 bill. Look at Hyperliquid, right? Hyperliquid, another one of those products. It's one of those things in this cycle, so it could be like a Hyperliquid. So, Steve, what's really interesting with virtual, and why I was so comfortable staking, is you do it right on the website, right? You stake right on the website, and when you stake here, you earn these V virtual points every day. You get airdrops. I've gotten tons of airdrops from projects. So tons of airdrops. And back when things were cooking, those airdrops were actually worth something. We're talking, hundreds, and I think at one point like a $500, airdrop. I'm thinking back to Virgin. Maybe more of that came from Vader. But point there is, you get airdrops, you get points. And I actually think they're going to drive a lot more points to virtual stakers than they are now. They've definitely been tweaking it where yapping gets you less points and points get you in Genesis launches, right? Less points for yapping, more for trading, and I actually think more for staking. So they really incentivize staking, and they're so good at just tweaking these rewards. So I think they're going to tweak it even more in favor of stakers. This is actually one of those things I'd probably take my own advice here, and I probably want to buy more. I'd rather have Billy because that's more like the degen side of me, but I like virtual here a lot. Where is staking, by the way? It's right on the site, so I'm trying to see where the virtual staking is. Oh, points. Dude, Steve, if you're new to virtuals, that's awesome, dude. By the way, you hit me up in DMs anytime, like answer questions anytime about this stuff. You need points to get in on the Genesis launches. So when there's an agent that's launching here, and by the way, this used to be the hottest thing, for a couple months. So what these are token pre-sales, and you need points to get in on the pre-sales. More points you have, the bigger allocation you get. That's like the short version of it. So you need points if you want to get the pre-sales. And man, when things are cooking, pre-sale prices are something like you get to buy the token at like a 200K mark. 200K FDV. And these things would rip. I mean, we saw Iris rip to 100 mil. That's the kind of stuff that happens when things get crazy and you get a decent points as a virtual staker. So we've got like here's a project now. This is, I think, scammy. I wouldn't touch this, but if you want to get in on this pre-sale, you have to pledge points. So I have 150,000 points. If I pledge that, right now it's telling me I can get like 375 virtual worth of this token. If this gets to 100% in bonds, I wouldn't get that much, right? But that's, again, the short version of how it works. Points get you in a pre-sale. And that's the game of virtuals. It's pretty cool. All right, let's see here. Hang on. To the left of points. Let's get back up there. Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir. Yep, there we go. So you stake right on the site. I don't have a lot staked. I don't have much virtual. I should fix that. So you stake here. Max is, holy shit, 2 years. Yeah, you can stake for 2 years. So mine is staked for 2 years. Always meaning to come back and buy more. It's just I get so sidetracked with other fun stuff, But actually, it's a good reminder. Even right now at this price, I wouldn't mind a whole bunch of virtual. Some of my meme coin bags hit the way I'm hoping. Probably going to roll some of that into virtual. There's opportunities out there. Maybe that's the point of the show. There's some cool opportunities out there. Now is the time to be looking for these and finding these, because market being what it is now, and I'm, again, it's more the macro market here is not going to last long, right? We touched 123K Bitcoin 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, ballpark, right? And all expectations, right? All these predictions are we're going up to 140, and I don't think that's the end too. That's still this year though, 140K Bitcoin. People start speculating again. It's going to get really silly here. Get out of here, dude. That's cool. I'm pretty sure Bunshu is. I think he's in Texas. I think. Hope I'm not doxing anything. I think he's been public about that. But yeah, that kind of makes sense. That checks. He's awesome, dude. He's fucking great. We've had him on this show, so it's always worth going back and digging through past episodes. He might have been on twice, but we used to do spaces with Vader, right? We both launched our tokens through Vader. So met him through there, but on the show once. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, there we go. There's Bunchu. Dude, it's been 2 months at this point. That's wild. Oh wow. Okay, Steve, that's cool. I didn't even put it in the title or anything, right? So I think meant to be, dude. He's awesome. So yeah, again, go back here 2 months ago on the channel. The CEO of it on the show talking about it. Again, he's great. Billy Bett's great. Very little I have more conviction on than that. Um, I like this. Good insights, man. Interesting. Rate cuts will happen. Highly doubt it happens on stock market all-time highs. Yep, it's a good point. Well, and about crypto pulling back if the market does, the stock market. Dig it. Oh, dude, Steve, super cool. All right. We might need to connect on that because I this is something I want to get into as well, right? Never bet on sports, definitely want to, and I think Billy Bets is my way in. But yeah, pop in here again, man. We'll have to share some tips and updates on how it's going. Now, I'm gonna have to move that good vibe. I need to get that thing sold and get some more Billy here. But there you go. That's the one. If I'm picking anything from the virtuals ecosystem, although it'd be stupid of me to not shill our own token and agent because I love it and believe in it. And boy, I thought we'd have some announcements for you this week and still might. Specifically one like the Arbus one. There's some other things cooking too I have to share with you. I'm hoping, hang on, let me type. I'm hoping they're this week. I'm hoping it's this week. By the way, Swarm started cooking yesterday too. I don't know from what and why, and I don't know, but if people are finding he was undervalued, great. Dude, I love looking at charts. It's almost like you can I go in like storyteller mode and I can kind of I feel like I can feel the story of what happens, especially on something like that. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe I don't. But our agent, the Swarm, a lot more, man, a lot more still coming here. I think we have another co-pilot update coming this week. One of them is a needle mover. One of them's a really, really cool update that I think is going to get the co-pilot in the hands of way more people. I would say just everybody. I think it's fair to say everybody. So we got that announcement coming here. Again, Arbus campaign and multiple new ACP cluster integrations, and then some more things. Got a lot going on here. Oh, dude, super cool. All right, Steve, do me a favor. Hit me up on X. Like, send me a DM so I can follow you because I want to keep up on your trades here. Do you know why they stopped the daily points claim? Mike, did you sell? Did you sell any tokens? Because I still get points every day. Every day. Like I just claimed today. What's up, Rabbit? Ticker's Billy. It's Billy Betts. Billy Betts is the one. It's just for me, it's easy. TLDR, I'll just give you the one main bullet point for me. It's that Coinbase Ventures invested in Billy Betts just like a week or two ago. And I just look at other AI tokens that Coinbase Ventures have invested in. It's Mammo, it's Banker, and those are sitting at 50, 100, 150 million mil FDVs. Like, I'm like, Billy Betts just, for so many reasons, makes sense, but that's one of those reasons. But like, for so many reasons, man. Yeah, dude, if you're not getting points, you got to reach out to them because that's not correct. You should definitely be getting points. Dude, I can't figure out my way around this site today. And don't tell me how because it's ridiculous that I don't know how right now. But I'm trying to find my points. Don't tell me though. This is like ridiculous. Like I'm embarrassed right now. Where the fuck are my points? I'm not shutting the stream off till I find it. Oh, god damn it, dude. I do not like their site anymore, man. I don't. And I've heard this from other people. Like every update's made it a little worse. It's like too much going on. There's too much. Thank you, boys. I purposely didn't look at the chat because I want to see it, but thank you. But yeah, dude, I'm still getting the daily active points every single day. Not a ton, right? I'm not very active on this right now. Just not. And actually getting hit every day with expiration, right? Yeah, dude. They got a Discord, so definitely hit them up. Hoods, you got to get your account, man. Jesus, hit them up. Yeah, something's broken if you're not getting points. If you're active, by the way, but you know that's like a fair point, Mike. If you're like active in trading and have stuff staked, then you definitely should. They've definitely been changing how they're like rewarding points. Like they've definitely tweaked stuff. But yeah. And then that's a good point. You should also be posting and farming. Oh yeah, by the way, for Steve, those same points that you get for staking virtuals, you also get points for like tweeting about virtuals agents. So like if you get your account linked up on virtuals and you make your tweet, if you end up doing Billy Bet stuff, you tweet about Billy Bets, you'll actually earn some you'll earn points to go to pre-sales. So a lot of ways to get points. All right. That's it. Today didn't go how I was thinking it would go. I didn't know how it would go, but I just knew I had to ramble about Billy Bets. I knew that. I will keep you updated on when I get more, and that's my goal. That's my plan. Even up to 10 mil, even beyond that, I still think there's just I'm buying Billy Bets. I got ridiculous conviction there. So I want to keep that very transparent, and I'll share that all with you guys as it happens. Let's see. Newsletter time. Normal show tomorrow. So we got a normal show tomorrow. Might be very similar, like a little more casual. Again, it's not, we'll check it on those Genesis launches. But Thursday's going to be a different show. Thursday's going to be pretty damn different. So, stay tuned for an announcement about that. It's going to be sweet. You guys, appreciate you guys hanging with you. Like always, it's a blast. Come over and subscribe on CryptoSlam or at CryptoSlam on YouTube. And then follow us at the Swarm. Updates soon. I like that. Again, make those posts. I want to see. I think that's awesome. Good shit. Awesome. Thank you, Steve. I'm glad you stopped by, dude. Dude, every day. It's Monday through Friday on the weekends on my own channel, but 7 days a week we're doing this. So, all right, have a great day, guys. We'll see you later. Goodbye.